Hello, everyone. Yeah, I start. Thank you. Yeah, today I start to talk about writing RBS. So my name is Masataka Kuwabara. Poke is my handle name, and I'm working for Manifold, and I'm a race application engineer, and I also work as a RBS maintainer, and I am not a flat Earth believer. Yeah. Before this talk, I introduced the RBS project contributors. This is all of the RBS project contributors. Thanks for these contributors. Thank you. So today's agenda is this talk. It has two parts. First, I'll talk about introducing new RBS features, which is introduced RBS 3.1. And I did it because I have no time. And the second part, I do the demonstration to writing RBS. So, in this talk, I do not talk about this topic. For example, RBS basics like syntax and usage, and RBS collection, and RBS related tools, and STEEP, and RBS Rails. I published the following note before this Kaigi. This article is written in Japanese, but it may be fair for help you. So let's talk about RBS the new features. It's introduced RBS 3.1. First, I introduced RBS subtract. RBS subtract is removes duplicate RBS definitions. For example, in this case, suppose you have two RBS files. It is ARBS and BRBS. In this case, the first command is this one. Removes duplication from ARBS. In this case, executes this, meaning it is ARBS minus BRBS. And it also supports write option. In this case, this command overwrite ARBS directly. And this feature was originally developed by Saito-san, and I took over it. Thank you, Saito-san. And so let's run the RBS subtract behavior. And this is an example of RBS subtract. The right, left, right. Yeah. I don't know right and left. Yeah. This code ARBS have a who and bar method, but BRBS only has the who method. In this case, RBS subtract ARBS, BRBS output ARBS minus BRBS. So it's the content only just have bar RBS. So this is the feature, but I guess you do not understand why this command is necessary. Yeah. Because this command is necessary because it modifies auto-generated files in a maintainable way. Yeah, I explain this example situation. Think about this situation. You are developing a large Ruby application, and you want to introduce RBS to this application. In this case, you may want to use an RBS generator because you need to write all of your large applications RBS, and it is really hard. So RBS generators, such as RBS prototypes, generate RBS for your application. And generator works like this code. Test RB, when test RB is this one, it receives an integer and it returns a string. But in this case, RBS prototype displays just untyped. So it means this generated RBS does not have any type information. So the generated code is not perfect. So maybe you think override edits the auto-generated files, but it is not a good idea because if you edit the auto-generated file, you may get the change is removed after you run the RBS prototype or some generator again. So, but sorry, the slide is so fast. But if you add, we need to manage RBS file, handwritten RBS file and generated RBS file separately. But in this case, there are also a problem because RBS do not allow the duplicate method definitions. It means in this case, auto-generated RBS has no untyped foo method. And handwritten RBS also it's the same method, but it is typed. But in this case, RBS lays an error because RBS does not allow the duplicate definitions. So in this case, solution is RBS subtract because RBS subtract solves this problem because it removes the duplication. In this case, auto-generated RBS and handwritten RBS is the same as the previous example, but after the execute RBS subtract, auto-generated RBS and handwritten RBS, it outputs the subtracted RBS, and the subtracted RBS do not have any foo method definition. Yeah. And this is the example workflow to use this command. In this case, first, we want to generate the application's RBS by RBS prototype command. This command generated RBS to this directory, SIG prototype directory, and the generated source is the app and deep directory. It is the common Rails application structure. And after that, you may want to need edit the generated file, but you can add a new file to a SIG handwritten directory or maybe other directories. And it is you do not worry about the duplication. Editor is Beam, I suggest. And after that, you need to remove the duplication from the auto-generated directory. So in this case, you can use RBS subtract commands and RBS subtract write and remove this removes RBS file, remove duplication from this directory, and this directory has the handwritten RBS. After that, the RBS is available, so you can type check with the generated and handwritten RBS for your application. So, yeah, for more information, this feature was implemented in this pull request, and I described the design in detail in this HackMD document. So I forget the important information. I post a slide URL to the Twitter with RubyKaigi hashtag. So if you follow the link, if you want to show the link, you can see the Twitter, my tweet. Okay, and next feature is RBS pass. This command passes RBS file and report syntax error if any. For example, the first command is receive a valid RBS, so it does not print nothing. But in the second example, if it receives an invalid RBS, it reports an error. But this feature is available since the first release of RBS, but I'd like to introduce this feature because I added a new option to this command. The option is -e and type and method type. The E option is the same as Ruby. Previously, we need to save a file to save a file to syntax check, but since RBS 3.1, it is not necessary, but only you need to specify a string from the command line. And type and method type command option is it specifies a passing context. And I won't describe in detail, but I have no time, so skip. And yeah, sorry. And I'd like to also introduce other tools too. It is RBS collection. I described this feature in the past Kaigi, so see the slides. And RBS prototype, it generates RBS, and other tool like Steep is type checker, and RBS Rails, it is RBS generator for Rails application, but it's skipped. And next slide is Next slide is editor integration. Today I will demonstrate writing RBS after this slide, but I will use VS Code for the demonstration with these two extensions. It is RBS syntax and Steep. But you can also use other editors to write RBS if the editor supports LSP. And this link contains many tools related to RBS, such as these extensions or other extensions for other editors. So if you use other editors, please see this document. So it's demonstration. Wait a moment. So today I have only one demonstration. It is introduce RBS to an existing application. It is Ruby CI. Maybe you do not know this repository, but it is a small Rails application for Ruby CI. So I do the demonstration with the following step. First, introduce RBS collection and introduce Steep and subtract and write RBS file with subtract. So let's start the demonstration. It is Ruby CI repository. The character size is okay. Okay. So let's start the demonstration. So first, we need to add the gems for type check. It is the gems should be in the development group and add RBS and RBS. Today use RBS Rails, and also we use Steep. And do not forget require false. Okay, and run bundle install. B is bundle. Okay, so and yeah, it's git. This is the differences. And git commit them. Add gem. Okay. Yeah. After that, we need to initialize the RBS collection. We can run b's bundle exec and bundle exec the RBS collection. Init. This command generates RBS collection YAML. This is the setting file of RBS. And let's see this file. It is this. And today we do not edit this file, but you can write configuration to where you want to download RBS and which gems you want to ignore for RBS. And this is initialization, and after that we need to install RBS from this configuration file. After that, run RBS collection install. This command installs these RBS files such as action mailer and so on. After that, the gems has been installed to the gem RBS collection directory. And this directory structure is like this one. It has gems name and version and RBS files. So, but this directory is not managed. We do not need to manage this directory with Git. So, add an entry to Git ignore. So, copy and copy and paste, and yeah, it is okay. And git CI like init RBS collection, and yeah, it's okay. After that, we need to configure also steep. It is steep init command is available. It generates steep file. It is the configuration file of steep, and yeah. And today we need only a few lines, like signature is specify the RBS directory and check is the target of Ruby files. And today I'd like to check app directory and remove all of them and end. Yeah, it is the end of steep setting. But currently, there are only libraries RBS, which is installed by RBS collection. So there are no RBS for application code. So before the next step, git commit this one, init steep. Yeah, so we need to generate RBS files from the application code. But to generate RBS code, we need to run RBS prototype and RBS subtract and so on. And this configuration is difficult, so today I prepared in temp directory, so RBS reg and cp to lib tasks. Okay. So RBS reg is here. So this file defines many tasks, and I described them. The first one is skip, but this task, clean task, is simple. It is remove or generated RBS files, and after that, the correction is the previously I executed the command RBS collection install. And RBS prototype is this one, generate RBS to sig prototype directory from app directory. And subtract is a bit of difficult for, bit of difficult, but yeah. If you'd like to know this code, please tell me after the talk. And validate is just validate the generated and written RBS. So, and the setup is execute all of these commands. So the by this change, the preparation is done. So commit this change, set up, and after that we need to execute bin rake, which is RBS setup, and it executes all of the commands. So after that, wait a moment, we can develop this application with RBS. Okay. So we need to restart step, and then you may see many errors to, okay. And today's target is this file report RB. And today do not remove any type errors because it is hard. Sorry. And today's target is this method, fetch recent. Oh, it is useful. Hover is available. And this method is a bit of typed, like this S3 variable is typed because AWS library is added to RBS to GEM-RBS collection repository, but other methods that defined in the repository is not typed. For example, this get report Ruby CI S3 method is just have untyped definition. So today add type to this method. And so first, but this method has untyped definition. It is a difference, no definition. So we can jump the definition with small characters. We go to definition feature of RBS, and it is Ruby code definition, and this file is the RBS definition. So jump it, and we can edit this file, but we need to add another file to avoid overwrite this file after RBS prototype again. So we need to add another file to write type for this method. I think it is better for add file seek app models report RBS, and after that copy this signature and copy this signature and write end. This is okay, but it's this is less duplicate method definition error. So we should remove this error by RBS subtract command. It is from terminal bin rake. This command RBS subtract. It removes the duplicate definition. So if this command success, this line will be removed. Done. Oh, okay. Thank you. So and it may be so the type error will be resolved, but this method still have the untyped definition, so we should write the definition. So, but we need to restart all. And in this case, previously writing type, this receives any value. For example, it accepts integer, but it just checks the IT check. Like this one is errored. So the first call is reject this code 42. So this is S3 variable, and S3 variable type is AWS S3 resource. So we should copy this file to this one, and remove untyped and paste this type. And after that, this method is, the first argument is typed. So this one. And so for now, the 42 is rejected. Okay. So, and the after is, and it is easy. Server is just server, and this, the return type is, I guess it is integer. Oh, this is LSP feature, integer and question. And yeah, after that, the server argument is also rejected as a values than the server class instance. Or I have only for 4 minutes. Okay. Yeah, but it is the demo is finished. So I continued the slideshow. Okay. Yeah, and sorry, I'd like to introduce after event we hold. First one is Manifold, and Scipio hosts this event. And in this event, we talk about Ruby and RubyKaigi in English. So if you're interested, please join this event. But I do not attend this event, unfortunately. Sorry. And the next event is OSS and Contributo. It is Japanese event, so sorry for English speaker. But I and Mame-san, who is the yesterday's speaker, he developed TypeProf, and Shinsoku-san will talk in this event. And this event has also online option. So in this event, we will talk about open source software contribution. And if you try to contribute to open source software by the Kaigi effect, please attend this event. And conclusion, today I shared the new feature of RBS 3.1, RBS subtract, and RBS pass, maybe. And I shared the demonstration of introducing RBS. Thanks for listening my talk. And I have 2 minutes, so I'd like to introduce the RBS subtract implementation, but I do not prepare it. Sorry to wait a moment. Okay. This is RBS repository and subtractor. This is the implementation of the subtractor. And it is simple. It receives minuend and subtrahend. It is hikukazu and hikareru kazu in Japanese. The call method is recursively called. And for example, when the declaration is constant, the constant is available, it does not return it. So it is a simple, maybe you can understand easily these definitions. And the method, when on the method definitions, it's the filter member works, and on member exists method is the core feature of this class. And when, for example, when method definition, it checks the method is the same name method exists, and it also supports alias and reader, writer, and accessor, and instance variable, and so on. And of 15 seconds. Yeah, so yeah, okay, you understand this class completely. Thank you for listening.